there's this idea of that when we want to take on a label, specifically something that happened up was, for example, the label of being an African, for example, is where, how does that fit? Especially being someone who's white, or because I myself am white African, as someone from the continent and the country and so forth. But it's something that can be something contested and contested.
Oh, we lost him, I think. But hopefully he'll try and reconnect. Is there anyone who has something to share from what Edward was saying that sparked something that you had sort of asked where you live about labels? I don't think you got to that part yet, but anyone? Oh, maybe with an indication of thumbs up. Are we all understanding the question? Because I'm not sure. I see very blank faces. I'm like, wait, do I need to clarify or something? Just thumbs up. You don't need to even answer. I just need to know if we're all sort of understanding the question, or at least the task was clear. Okay, I see 2 thumbs, 3. I'll go with that. Okay, I'll give this another 2 minutes. But is there anyone else who'd like to share? Edward, I see you're back. Sorry, we lost you there. But I would be curious still if you could still try your sound to hear what other people said, or what people said where you come from, where you live, about this idea of being white and African.
Yeah, maybe if my camera is on. Because my connection just did.
Yeah, okay. Oh my. Okay, I see hands. Okay, Kristen and then Jakayla.
Hi. So I think the label that I chose was feminist, which I suppose is more of an ideology than a label, but I think it can be utilized as a label. And then the extension, and I use this within inverted commas, feminazi, and got a mixed bag of responses. Some really good ones that, well, okay, I'm not going to use qualitative verbs, but some responses that were more positive. So things like, yes, feminists are advocates of equality between genders, and then 1 or 2 more negative perceptions of those labels, of the label. Things like maybe more aggressive feminists, why is it necessary? So I got quite a mixed bag of responses to it, but I think overwhelmingly the response was positive to the label, and that people aren't afraid to get the label. It's not an insult. I know in the past I have spoken to women who haven't wanted to claim the label feminist, but in my questioning now, it's mostly the label is claimed with a lot of pride.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Jakayla?
Hello, everyone. I was able to speak with 3 individuals, 1 guy and 2 girls. The 2 girls, they basically just spoke on judgment and how I just asked them, how do they feel about labeling in general? And one of them said that it separates them from others, and they would rather not live a life being labeled, to just live their life in freedom, to have that space to just live life as they please. And the other one spoke about how it prevents you from growing professionally and personally. So you're kind of like boxed in, and also not feeling good about yourself, and being in a team as well. So just not being comfortable in different environments. And the guy just spoke about how it can kill your spirit and destroy your self-image overall.
How did they, what kind of identity marker were they like reflecting from, I guess? Like who are the kinds of people that you asked?
2 of them are students, they're graduate students as well, at FAMU, and then one is a guy, he's older, so he's I think maybe in his late 30s. So I was trying to like ask someone that was a male as well, trying to get their point of view as well. So he just gave me like the spiritual side of it, like the whole being, mind, body, and soul for labeling.
Right. Okay, cool. Thank you. Lily, I think I saw your hand up. And then I'm going to, yeah, I think you'll be probably the last one, so we keep to time. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was speaking with my friend yesterday, and she is a YouTuber, a fitness guru. She's also very religious, and she has a lot to say. She has a lot of prophetic values in her, and she kind of, I don't know, she kind of asked me about being an influencer, and I think that's a label that's very popular among our pop culture today. And she kind of was saying that she felt a bit of an imposter, you know, just kind of having to influence people to be positive, influence people to be their best versions of themselves. And how sometimes we can stray from that as individuals, and the pressure of wanting to be a good image and, you know, kind of reflect that into other people's lives is so much pressure, because sometimes you don't feel positive, sometimes you aren't motivated. So I thought that was an interesting take for a lot of us who might be online trying to show others how we are a good person in the world and our own social images and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I think with any label, actually, as I think back on Edward's sharing, even though we didn't hear completely what he wanted to say. Sorry, Edward, if he's still in the room. But it is around this idea of responsibility or even burden, these roles that are assigned to us. So I am also very curious to know who we did not ask in our task, in the homework, so to speak. Like who was it that we didn't speak to about the conversation of labels deliberately? Like who did we choose deliberately to avoid, right? Either because we just know that they're going to, you know, we don't care about their 2 cents because it just goes in one ear out the other, or, you know, I'm curious to know who we didn't ask, but I'm also curious to know why we didn't ask these particular people. And to do that, to engage in that exercise, I'd like you guys to be in a room and discuss this. We're going to break you up into a 20-minute breakout session. And in this session, I'd like you guys to share with each other who you didn't ask, about what label or any label, and why. Why was that?